Hello, my little draconic wolfkins. I hope that you're all doing well. If you guys like what you see and hear, please like, subscribe, and turn on that bell to get notified. And if you guys want to send me your own horror stories, my email will be in the description below. Alright, let's get into it. This past summer, my girlfriend and I were joining my family in Cape Cod for a week-long vacation. Okay. I mean, I believe I heard Cape Cod was rather nice. I could be wrong, but I also heard that it could be rather expensive too. But let's see. If you've ever been to Cape Cod, you might know how thickly wooded and thickly settled it is. Like, how could it be both? That's how I want to know. Like, maybe it's just I'm not understanding how it's worded. That could just be a me problem, honestly. There are either trees or houses lining every portion of the roads. And the roads, they're narrow enough to make you want to drive a carriage rather than a car. Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a carriage. There's also nothing wrong with cars. But they both need maintenance. Anyways, altogether, this gave you the feeling that you were very isolated from the nearby town. But the time we noticed that we arrived at the Airbnb, we almost drove past it. I mean, that's fair if you don't know like what you're really looking for. But they should have a picture of like the Airbnb, what it looks like on the outside, and of course like what it looks like on the inside, of course. So, but then again, if it's like backed up into the woods, or if like all the houses kind of have that similar style, it could be hard to notice it and drive by it. It's a simple, older, full family home. The front of the house was somewhat plain, with a small front yard and a gravel driveway. Okay. So, like, how small is small though? That's what I want to know. Although the Airbnb was on the expensive side, we split the cost and the house with 6 couples/siblings, making it affordable for everyone. I do like to split things if I could afford it. Like, if you can't afford to go somewhere, do not go. It's that simple. Like, I know, like you people want to go on these vacations, but if it's out of your budget, don't go at all. And don't make it everyone else's problem. Because that's horrible. Anyways, when my girlfriend and I arrived at the house, we immediately explored it. The original structure of the house was from the early 1800s, but had a modern extension to it. Ooh, okay. So they updated everything on the inside and put a modern extension to it. There's nothing wrong with that. We do love it because those houses are old and creepy. Anyways, in the modern extension, there were 2 floors with a living room, bedroom, bathroom, and a kitchen on the first floor, and 3 bedrooms and a bathroom on the second floor. Okay. I like that. It sounds pretty. Though a sliding glass door in the kitchen was a sunroom with a huge, beautiful, slanted window facing the backyard and dining table that was perfect for eating breakfast and playing games. Okay, I'll take your word on it. Like, that sounds absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna lie. On the other side of the sunroom was another sliding glass door that led into the 1800s partition of the house. Okay, okay. This partition was one floor with a bathroom, two bedrooms, and a small living area. Okay, I mean, that's nice. Like, how big is this house? Like, a mansion? Anyways, the best part of the house was the backyard. We specifically chose this house so that our dog could run around in the backyard without anyone needing to watch him constantly. Is it the backyard fenced in? Or is it fenced in, and does your dog have a habit of escaping and running off to who knows where? Anyways, there was a short fence that encompassed that backyard with a gate facing our driveway and a second gate facing the neighbor's long driveway, so their house was set far back from ours. Okay, so it is fenced in. That is good. Whew. I do like fenced in yards, I am not gonna lie. Especially if you have a dog. Like, you still should watch your dogs just in case. Because you may never know. Especially depending on where you're living at. Because I heard in some places the wildlife has a habit of taking and eating small dogs and cats and whatnot. So keep that in mind, especially when you're house hunting. There was also a huge tree which must have been decades old, providing nice shade. A nice sized patio stretching out from the back kitchen door and in the front of the sunroom with a small sitting area. Finally, there was a fire pit with some stumps to be used as seats. Overall, the house was a great place for the whole family to spend at time, gathering from their respective rentals for the week to spend time together. Okay, that's good. Nothing better than family bonding. Unless your family is a piece of shit and you cut them off for a reason, then don't associate with those kinds of people. Being the first to arrive at the house, my girlfriend and I selected the nicest room for my parents, the largest bedroom on the second floor of the modern portion of the house. Okay. I mean, that's nice of you. And the second nicest room for ourselves, the bedroom on the first floor of the modern portion of the house. Okay, got it. But, like, honestly, I would have switched with my parents. But it could depend on how mobile they are. And it really all just depends. My brothers and their girlfriends stayed in the other two rooms on the second floor of the modern portion of the house, and my aunt and uncle and their two children took the two bedrooms on the first floor in the older portion of the house. Okay. Ooh, yeah, like, when you're with a group of people, you gotta figure that out. So everyone's at least happy. We noticed that it felt a bit stuffy, so we went through the house and opened all the windows to let it air out. Okay. I mean, I would have done the same, honestly. Being on the Cape, we left the windows cracked during the evenings and overnights to fuel the cool Cape breeze while we slept. Okay, like, don't get me wrong. I do love it when the windows are open, but I don't like necessarily being freezing while I sleep. But I know some of y'all like being cold and frosty when you sleep. That's a personal choice. On the first evening around 9 p.m., my brother and his girlfriend were relaxing in their room. My brother suddenly heard whispers coming from outside of the window, but his girlfriend didn't hear anything. These whispers persisted for the next several nights, always around the same time. Each time my brother heard it, but his girlfriend hadn't. One morning he shared what he heard with the family, but none of us heard anything. Okay, that is creepy and disturbing. I don't like it. I really don't. On our second to last night at the Cape, the entire family, around 30 people, holy shit, there's 30 of y'all? Holy crap, how big is y'all's family? Like, I get that people have huge families, but shit. Gathering at the house for a campfire and s'mores. We started telling family stories while my brother and his girlfriend took their regular evening walk. Hey, I love evening walks, honestly. They're just so relaxing. Honestly. Suddenly, my brother's girlfriend came running into the backyard and told me that my brother needed me. Okay, so shit is gonna hit the fan real soon. Okay. I'm not here for this. I immediately followed her, afraid that something was wrong. I followed her through the house to the main road and back to where they had stopped in their walk. Just up the road, past the neighbor's driveway, I found my brother eagerly waiting for me. That doesn't sound very promising, honestly. Like, you won't catch me. But at the same time, I would be very curious. He said, I finally found the guy who has been whispering. He's just up the road. You can see him shuffling back and forth down the road. What in the actual hell? I peered down the road but could barely make him out with the lack of streetlights in the pitch dark of the night. What? I'm just questioning why someone would go up to a house and be like, hey, come here. Come here, my pretty. No, I would be freaking the hell out. As the time went by, I could clearly see the unknown being when he stepped under a street lamp, but then he would fade back into the darkness as he continued shuffling. I would turn around and act like nothing happened. Be like, nope, not today. I could hear very faint but constant whispering coming from his direction. At this point, my brother wanted to confront him, but I talked him down because we don't know who this unknown being is or what he might do if confronted. Okay, this is true. You don't know what a person is on or like what's going on in their heads because they could have some kind of, I don't know, mental whatever is going on. Anyways, as I said that, the unknown being shuffled out from under the last street lamp on the dead-end road and back into the darkness. The only thing at the end of the road was a small forest, so he would need to come back towards us at some point. I looked at my brother and said, he's going to come back this way. No sooner did I finish my sentence Then he reappeared, still slowly shuffling back and forth towards us. I told my brother, we need to get back to the house now. Yeah, yeah. Run, do not walk. I repeat, run, do not walk to the nearest exit. Just like, nope. The three of us, me, my brother, and his girlfriend, briskly walked back to the house where we could still see the family gathered around the campfire. Still alarmed, we walked quickly through the house and directly to the side of the fence that ran past the neighbor's driveway to look at the person who would come shuffling by soon. I don't like this. I really don't. This gives me the creeps, the heebie-jeebies. I was about to say little jeebities. No. Anyways, unbeknownst to us, the family had now started sharing ghost stories around the fire, and our sudden disappearance, reappearance, and alarmed state truly terrified them. Well, okay, that escalated quickly, I am not gonna lie. At this point, the only light we had come from the fire, about 30 feet from the neighbor's driveway. The pitch black and proximity of my entire family to this man I can only describe as the Night Whisperer set me on edge. Why do I feel like this is just some homeless guy? Fuck, where did pitch black? Oh, okay. I was like, sorry, I forgot where I was. I was like, where am I? I lost my place. I swear I'm not stupid. Okay, maybe I'm a little stupid. My brother and I were still standing near the fence, staring at the direction where the night stalker should appear and allowing our eyes to adjust to the darkness to see him better. My girlfriend got worried when she saw me staring off into the darkness and came to ask if I was okay. No, you are not okay. You want to know what the hell is going on? Like, what the fuck? But my focus remained on the direction that the Night Whisperer might be coming from. Oh no. I swear, I feel like this is just some homeless guy that isn't medicated and is having some kind of hallucinogenic episode. I don't know if it's schizophrenia or if it's some other mental illness that causes delusions and whatnot, but it could be anything, really. I'm just trying to rationalize all of this. Suddenly, I could see the Night Whisperer's silhouette back and forth down the neighbor's long driveway, not 10 feet from us. Oh no, hell fucking nah. I would turn my ass around, close all the windows, and lock up. And maybe even have some kind of weapon by my bedside. Or like under my pillow or something. My brother and I quickly turned on the flashlights on our phones and pointed it in the Night Whisperer's directions. Good. Scare that bitch off. Seeing that our lights were on, my family suddenly became quiet and stood up, ready to find out what was wrong. Yeah. Like, I would be too, like, what the fuck's going on? Our phone flashlights fully illuminated the Night Whisperer's silhouette in the path. He appeared to be wearing a large, dark hoodie and dark pants, but the hood was pulled up so we couldn't see his face. Okay. That is Not okay. I would be so scared and possibly even calling the police. But at the same time, it's not like they could really do anything because he hasn't done anything wrong. So, the combination of the bright flashlights and the once talkative but now silent family would surely startle any normal person on a nightly walk. I mean, yeah, if I were a creeper and I saw flashlights in my face and a whole family that went from talkative to being absolutely quiet, that would scare me off. However, the night whisperer just continued to whisper and shuffle back and forth, seemingly not noticing our silence or bright lights. One of us called out, "Hello," but I was too focused on the night whisperer to remember who called out. Like, what? What? I'm scared. This is creepy. Dead silence, save for the sound of the mumbling and whispering from the night whisperer as he continued to shuffle down the path, unfazed by our presence and actions. The rest of the family quickly put out the campfire and hurried inside the house while my brother and I followed his path with our flashlights. Yeah, like, keep an eye on that fucker. Like, I don't trust it. Like, people do some weird ass fucking shit all the time. Little was said as we said our goodbyes though we all know what we experienced something not quite right. For the rest of our stay, we made sure that all of our doors and windows were locked and closed before going to sleep. Yeah, that would be my reaction, honestly. Just locking up, be like, nope, not today. You ain't getting in. But leave your comments and thoughts in the comment area on what you think is going on.